I'm a little sick this morning, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Congested, I apologize. I know.
Yeah, I'm feeling it as well.
But hopefully I can get through. So first of all, I was thinking I would make a handout, but then I realized I'd be making it way too easy on you guys. So I brought paper for you to write, take notes. That way if you get bored, you can doodle as well. But if you do find something interesting, writing it down will help you remember. So first, before we get started, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
How many of you in the room sit for a good part of your day? Wow, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, 2/3, amazing. So, second question, what were you expecting me to talk about today?
How to be healthier in the workplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
How to be awesome.
Okay, good, I love it. So I'm guessing you weren't expecting me to come and tell you that you should quit your jobs.
Right.
No.
Because studies...
Sorry, Amanda.
Yeah, bad news. Studies from the American Cancer Society show that people who sit for at least 6 hours every day.
Do you want a different marker? That one's kind of
Try that one. Ooh, maybe it's black one. Try that one. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
6 hours every day, or have a greater, actually 18% chance of dying. Unfortunately. As opposed to people who sit for less than 3 hours every day. So that's not all. People who sit for even more than 6 hours every day have a greater chance, in fact by 54%, of dying of heart attacks. So sitting is not a good thing for long periods of time, but there's good news. The University of Utah did a study that showed people who got up and moved for at least 2 minutes every hour decreased their chance of dying from those terrible diseases. Actually, I forgot to mention what it was. Obesity, diabetes, and heart disease were the main things that we're concerned about here. And then for 54%, that's the chance of heart attacks for dying. So people who moved around for more than 2 minutes every hour decreased those risks by 33%. So a whole third, just by moving around 2 minutes every hour, which is pretty amazing. So if you think you're awake maybe 16 hours every day, and you move around for 2 minutes every hour, that's going to equal 32 minutes a day. And multiply that by a 5-day work week. Is that what you guys do here, about 5 days a week? Okay, so 5-day work week, that's going to give you 160 minutes of light activity per week. That you don't even have to think about. I mean, 2 minutes every hour. If you can spread that out, that's a pretty good chunk of light activity. But that's going to reduce your chances of dying by heart attacks by 33%. So, you don't have to quit your jobs because, in fact, the studies show that if you were to stay at your job and work out for an hour every day but still sit, you'd be better off quitting and becoming a waiter than staying at your job and not moving around. So make sure that you move around. You don't want to quit your jobs, right? You don't want to be a waiter.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes every hour will reduce those risks, which is great. So what are some ways that you guys do that here at Ninkasi, or that you could do that, thinking about 2 minutes every hour? Is that something that maybe you could put into your schedule?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've talked a lot about walking meetings.
Okay, great.
Something I try to incorporate. The water fountain is on the other side of the building from
Perfect.
me, so I always have to walk over there.
That's
And
perfect.
the printer.
Good. Walk to a printer, walk to a water fountain.
Yeah.
Walk to the
Good.
bathroom.
That's
Yeah,
great.
or get outside.
That's
Sometimes
perfect.
you don't realize
We have to
you
walk
don't
up
get
the stairs to get down to the bottom floor.
Okay, sweet. Take the stairs, not the elevator.
outside. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's
No.
great.
No.
That's great. Also, if you get a phone call,
Mhm.
make it a habit to stand during phone calls. Every time the phone rings, you're up, walking around, stretching, you're still doing business. Also, for lunch, do you guys have your lunch breaks here, or do you typically go somewhere else?
It varies. Yeah.
I usually go.
Perfect. So get up for lunch, go somewhere else, get out of your office space when you're eating, just separate that. Perfect. Also, set a timer for, every hour, just 2 minutes. Get up, move around, do whatever, have to do for 2 minutes, and there you go. Alright, so this is pretty good, doing pretty well, but that's still not enough to keep you, or to let you be healthy to your full potential. So ACSM, which is the American College of Sports Medicine. Whoop, I cannot. Here we go, whiteboards. Okay. They have this healthy exercise guideline called the FIT principle. FIT stands for frequency. I is intensity. And time. And type. So this is their general guideline for how much exercise you should include in your day. So for resistance training, they recommend that you do this at least 2 to 3 days every week for the workouts, and then intensity is going to be moderate to vigorous. So again, you're going to be finding your target heart rate, and you can Google that online, how to find that. So you want to be working out in that range, challenging yourself. You don't want to just be like, standing there, okay, I'm done after 5 minutes. You want to be making sure this, and again, this comes to time. There's no set time, but they do recommend that you train all of your major muscle groups, not just bicep curls. You want to make sure that you're getting all of your muscle groups in. So that's going to end up being probably 8 to 10 exercises for a big full body workout. And that'll probably come to about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how fast you get it in there and get going, or how much you rest. And then type, this is going to be weights, or body weight, resistance bands, something that's more than just, you're actually putting a stress on your muscles, so it's not just like running, you're actually lifting weight or giving some resistance. Also, for cardio, they recommend you do this 3 to 5 days every week. For intensity, again, moderate to vigorous, and the time is 30 to 60 minutes every day. Or well, on the days that you do it. So if you're gonna do like 3 days a week, you can do it for 60 minutes. As if you're taking down the time, add more time, or taking down the amount that you're doing it, add more time. And then of course intensity, if you're gonna be doing moderate to vigorous or light intensity, you'll probably wanna do it longer and more days a week. And then the type, of course, running or biking, whatever you enjoy, hiking, kayaking, soccer, anything that's, high cardio is gonna give you those benefits. So what are the benefits of exercise? What first comes to mind? What do you think is going to happen if you start exercising?
You feel better and
Yes.
less tired.
More energy. Good.
Less stress.
Yes. Decreases stress. What else?
More muscles.
Good. Yeah. Stronger. Good.
Sculpted.
Good. It lowers your risk for disease. We already talked about that.
Is there less chance you get sick because you exercise more?
Yes. It's going to strengthen your immune system. So that's really good as well. I'm just running really fast. Okay, you're also going to sleep better. So it's going to increase your sleep. And one of my favorites, I just learned this the other day. It creates new neurons, which is incredible. And that's going to lead to higher creativity. So that's what you want in a workplace, right? It's not just individual, it's professionally as well, you're going to benefit. And in fact, there's a study done that showed people who exercise, on days that they exercised, their productivity went up by 23%.
Wow.
So
is that before work then, or after work?
good question. Probably, I don't know. Well, if it's like every day, if you did a workout the night before and you slept really good and you got up, you would probably be productive that day and then work out, depending on where you put it in your schedule, if it's like a daily thing. I don't know, that's a good question. But they saw that people who exercised on the day that they did exercise, 23%. So lots of benefits, it's great. Schedule time to do it, it's so important. So section summary, if you sit for longer than 6 hours a day or without moving, you could die, so don't do it. Get up and move. You don't want to be a waiter, however, quit your job, so add in exercise. So you'll get these benefits, so you can lift weights and not weight tables. So, next. Exercise is good, but our health is still incomplete if we don't have good nutrition. So, why is nutrition important?
So we can exercise.
Yes, very good. Aside from exercising, just based on your diet, poor diet is associated with diabetes. So it doesn't matter if you're exercising or not, if you don't have a good diet, this is what could happen. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity. You're gonna have heart disease, osteoporosis, and stroke. So all those alone, just from poor diet, you could be looking into some of this. But if we were to eat good food and change our diet, what do you think might happen?
Live longer and healthier.
Yes, all of these are going to be reversed just by changing the food that we're putting into our bodies. Which is fantastic because we control what goes in. And it makes sense. If we're putting evil things in, we're going to be getting the evil things out. So, what are some things we want to avoid in food that you already kind of know, like off the top of your head? You shouldn't be eating as much.
Sugar.
Yes, added sugar. So hard. What else?
Added chemicals.
Yeah, good
And
additives.
sodium.
Yep, sodium for sure. High in sodium. What else?
How do you classify the fats?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Trans fats. So
Trans fats.
things that are fried, hydrogenated oils for sure are gonna give you those really bad fats. Yeah, pretty much fried foods and hydrogenated oils are the really, and then meats, anything that's high, meats that are high in fat. So pork or really fatty, beef, you'll see it marbled. You wanna try to go for leaner meats.
Those are the ones I like.
Right, I know, all these things, hydrogenated oils, they're in everything. High fructose corn syrup is another one. Whoops, it's in everything. Lots of baked goods, crackers, cookies, you'll find everywhere. So this is where reading labels is really important. Just to be able to recognize, how much is in what you're eating and even servings, because those are just everywhere in our processed diets that we have. So what are some heart healthy things, foods that we know are good for us?
Fruit and vegetables.
Yes, awesome, fresh fruits, veggies, what else?
Lean meat.
Yep, lean meats, what would that be?
Like turkey.
Yep, turkey, chicken, good. Fish are fattier, but they're good fat. They're full of omega-3s, which are healthy fats that actually lower your cholesterol and raise your good cholesterol. So those are good. What else?
Thinking of the little triangle.
Right, yeah, we're getting there.
Like the
Yeah.
seeds and things
Yeah.
like that.
Whole grains, yeah, nuts. Whole grains,
That's all I can think of.
nuts, healthy nuts, so yeah. Those also have really a lot of healthy fat in them as well. That's good. Olive oil is another healthy fat. Avocado, my favorite. Yeah, any type of nuts and the seeds also have good oils in them. So there's lots of things there. Also beans, if you're not meat eater, if you're vegetarian, beans and rice are good complementary proteins. And of course, tofu or soybeans, those are good. Yeah, so eat the colors of the rainbow. You've probably heard that before. Lots of different veggies, lots of different types of grains and different nuts and everything that, is like variety is the big thing. Because I think our diet today is really focused on a few things and we forget that there's so much more out there that we can be benefiting from.
And processed. Yeah.
Right, yes, process is huge. Okay, so we not only need to know the right kind of foods to eat, but also the right amounts. So Harvard Healthy Eating Plate is a great guide for just general portion size, and it also has, you've seen the food pyramid, but I think this is a lot better than that. It's kind of an updated version. And if you Google that, it kind of goes into more detail. And what we've kind of already covered here gives you good ideas for different foods to put on there. But basically it looks like this, and this quadrant should be veggies and fruits. So half of your plate is fruits and veggies. And then this is whole grains. So whole wheat bread, rice, brown rice, and then this is healthy protein. And then this is going to be water or dairy, depending on if you drink or eat dairy. And then
like a beer glass.
Yeah.
Like,
Could be beer.
Like,
Could be
where
beer
did that
too.
belong?
Yeah.
in the whole grain section, maybe?
Yeah, it's true. We'll get to that too. And then healthy fats or oils over here. So I like that, just general, easy, just to give you an idea of what to put on your plate. And it's pretty cool, so check that out for sure. So now everybody, basically this doesn't tell us the amount of calories that we need, because everybody's different, depending on how much energy we expend during the day. So I think it's good to be aware of calories that are in your food and how much energy you actually need during the day. It's just for fun. How long do you think it's going to take for you to burn off 100 calories walking? How long do you think you have to walk? Any random guesses? Yeah, 100 calories.
45 minutes?
Oh, that's a lot, but
I don't know.
what could you? No, that's a good guess, but it's not as bad as that. It's
Oh, great.
generally about 15 minutes walking.
Oh.
So it's not
we're
too
doing
terrible.
okay then.
Let's be generous, but 15 minutes walking, if you're a good brisk walk, you could do it. How about running?
100 calories?
Yeah. How long do you think it's going to take you to burn off?
5 minutes.
Ooh,
10
a little bit more. Yeah, good.
Okay.
8 to 10, depending on how fast you're running again. So, how many calories do you think are in a banana?
Is it high or low?
60?
Ooh, a little bit higher.
Yeah.
105.
Oh.
So you'd have to walk for about 15 minutes to burn off a banana. What about,
Fruit? Uh-oh.
I know, right? I was depressed when I was looking, I was like, oh, looking at all these different, having a couple more. How about an Oreo?
Is there a lot?
Any guesses?
Like 300 calories?
Ooh, that's too much. 161. Thankfully, they're not 300. 161.
For
So,
one Oreo.
Yeah, for one, just one. Single Oreo.
I'm really glad you didn't single out York peppermint.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that on here.
She'll find it later and tell us.
Yeah.
You don't eat this.
What about an egg? A single egg? Or medium-sized egg?
150.
Ooh,
They're
that's
good for
high.
you.
They're good for you. But they're only 78 calories. Good protein. So again, maybe you have to run for 8 minutes to get through your egg. How about a chicken breast, like the size of your fist? Average portion.
About 100. Around 100.
231.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, so
I really need to step up.
I didn't know this either until I Googled it, so no, you're doing fine. So yeah, we're gonna have to run for like half of an hour, a little under half an hour to burn that off. What about a donut?
300.
Ooh. Medium-sized donut, a little lower. It's
Two.
close, 195, so yeah, 200. Okay, how about a pizza slice?
Uh-oh.
Average slice of pizza.
Anything's last night.
250?
285.
Okay.
Yeah.
One piece.
I mean,
You can
depending on what kind of pizza you're getting, I don't know, this is just the general slice. So if you're getting like lots of veggies and not so much cheese or whatever, I don't know what kind of pizza you eat. So, but that's like the general idea. How about a carrot?
The big one?
Yeah.
65.
Ooh, close. But 25. So it's gonna be gone in like 2 minutes. If you're running, your carrot will be gone.
That's exciting.
Okay.
Carrots.
Yeah. How about beer? 12-ounce beer.
Ugh. 300. Depends on.
Really?
It depends on.
Oh, because I was thinking, yeah, light beer or
Yeah.
darker beer is gonna be more.
Yeah.
What I
Like
Googled
2 to 300.
2 to 300. Okay, I found like 180, but again, that depends, I guess, on what beer it is.
Are we required to put that on our labels then?
Not yet.
Oh, really?
Next year, it's a requirement for restaurants or chains that have more than, I think it is 12 locations, they have to list it on their menus.
Wow.
So we will have to provide that information. For now, it's just my little secret.
Well, now you have an idea of those kind of things, I'm sure. Most of these things will list, like if you go to the store, they'll list the calories they have in single servings.
Yeah.
So that's another thing to remember when you're buying food, just read the labels. It's really helpful just to give you an awareness of what's in it and how much you should be consuming for your energy needs. So enjoy your food. Eat good food. Enjoy it. Eat slow. That'll also help you to, your stomach doesn't register that there's food in it until like 20 minutes. And so if you eat slower, you'll realize that you're satisfied maybe sooner than if you just like crammed it all in and you actually ended up eating more than you needed. So, section summary. Bad food, you'll die. But don't put bad food in you. Put good food in and you'll have all these benefits of good nutrition, reverse all these terrible diseases, and be well on your way to healthier living. So, a part of nutrition I think it's skipped over a lot is hydration. This is another huge part of being healthy.
Another beer.
This is actually a beer. I know it's a beer. It's both. So, what percentage of water do you think we are on average?
65?
Oh, I was gonna say.
You are right in the button. We're actually about, on average, 60%. Speaking of hydration, it's time. It's about time.
60%
So 60% water.
of our body is water.
Yes, total. So what do you think water will contribute, like just some ideas like you have about what water does in our bodies?
Gives us energy.
Good, yes. So it produces hormones in our brain. It also is a shock absorber in our spine. So that's really important. If you don't have a shock absorber, more injuries are going to happen. It regulates our body temperature. It aids in digestion. Flushes waste. Lubricates our joints, which is similar to this, but it's actually in the cartilage. And it circulates oxygen via the blood. So, this is just scratching the surface of what water does. But those are some things. It's very major in all of our body systems. It plays a huge role. The average American consumes about 13.4 cups of water every day. 48% of this comes from other beverage. And 18% of this comes from food. So in that carrot, there's going to be a lot of water. That's why it's gone so fast. Because we get a lot of that from fruits and veggies. But that only leaves about 4 cups of plain water every day. Now, the recommendation for women of plain water consumption is 4 to 7 cups per day. So see, the average American's on the very low end of that. And for men, it's even higher. They recommend that you drink 6 to 11 cups of just plain water per day. And that's not including all the other fluid that we're getting from foods and other beverages. So what are the benefits of water? We've seen how it helps in our different body systems. But more specifically, what do you think it might do now that you've kind of seen how it works in our body?
Keeps you safe and healthy.
Good. Yeah, I think you already said it boosts our energy. And improves our neural function. So back to the neurons. Our brain tissue, this part up here, is 85% water. So you can imagine if you're dehydrated, that you're gonna be in a bad mood, you're gonna be stressed, you're not gonna be thinking clearly, you're not gonna be as productive. So if you are well hydrated, water's gonna lower your stress and increase your neural function, brain capacity, thinking, alter your mood. It's gonna be great. It improves our digestion here. The more water we have, the better that process is gonna go. It's gonna strengthen our immune system by flushing the waste. And it reduces our high blood pressure if you have it, or just keeps your blood, flowing smoothly, because it's actually 92% of our blood. So if you have thicker blood, your heart's gonna have to work that much harder to pump it through your body, which could cause you to have heart attacks or heart trouble, higher blood pressure. So more water is gonna hydrate your blood, keep your heart running smoothly. It's gonna speed up your joint repair. So if you have an injury to your cartilage and you drink a lot of water, it's gonna really help speed that process up of healing. And it will help you to not gain weight, because it helps you to feel satisfied. And your cells inside your body, they want to be hydrated. But when they are dehydrated, they send a message to your brain saying, I need food, I need energy, I'm dying, when really they just need water. And so we think, I just need food. But if you were to drink water instead, your cells are happy, you don't have to eat extra calories that you don't need. So that's a good one. And it slows the aging process, which is what we all want, right?
Wanna
That's great.
look young and beautiful all the time.
That's right. So, lots of benefits to water. Another study done by Harvard showed that if you drink more than 5 cups every day, your risk of heart disease and cancer will go down by 50%, just by drinking water. That's fantastic. So this is opposed to people who drink less than 2 cups every day. So again, it's just above this average consumption. 5 cups is going to decrease that risk. Now, I forgot to mention over here, this recommendation is assuming that you're only doing, only doing moderate activity, like every day. If you're exercising, like we were talking about over here, every day, moderate to vigorous, you're going to be wanting to drink a lot more than this. This isn't going to be enough. So this is just like the average American. So keep that in mind, as how much energy you're putting out is also going to affect that. All right, so these benefits that dropped your risk for heart disease by 50% were only, and all these over here, were only seen when plain water was consumed. So it doesn't count if you're drinking fruit juice or coffee or tea. It's only when the plain water was consumed that you saw those benefits. But we can get some of our fluid requirement through other beverages. The ones you really want to avoid, though, are going to be soda, Rockstar drinks, energy drinks, those kind of things, and fruit juice with added sugar. Because fruit juice already has a ton of sugar in it, just naturally. And so when you see, oh, it looks like it's natural, but really there's a ton of added sugar, that's bad news, so much sugar. So avoid those. Things that are good are going to be coffee. They actually have health benefits. Tea, fruit juice that's 100%, and wine and beer.
Yes. We all win.
Yeah. Beer actually has a lot of really great benefits. And since I was here, I researched it and looked up a couple of them. So it has anti-cancer properties, which I thought was awesome. Anti-cancer. It has a high count of vitamin B6, which is going to boost your, or lower your risk for heart disease. It also lowers inflammation, which is the root cause of atherosclerosis, the hardening of your arteries, heart attacks. So that's fantastic. A couple other ones that I thought were really great. Lowers your blood pressure, enhances your vitamin E, which is in your body, which is a huge, major antioxidant. So it's going to increase your immune system. reduces your stress and facilitates sleep. But it's a diuretic, remember that. So beer is great, has a lot of health benefits for us as long as it's moderate consumption, and that we're drinking enough water to compensate for that. So what is moderate consumption? Healthy recommendation for men is not to exceed 4 drinks that are 12-ounce drinks per day. For women, this is 3. And not to exceed 14 drinks per week. And for women, this is going to be 7. So that's what they define as moderate consumption, which is pretty great. You can get all of these health benefits. All right, so we have come to the decision, your decision. We've seen the facts, we've looked at some studies and all the benefits, but these studies and facts, statistics, they don't define our health. We do. It's what we decide to do with all this information. It's going to define your health. So think of 1 or 2 goals that involve one of these areas we've talked about today. And go ahead and write that down. You don't have to share that. That's just for you. Now make it specific. Maybe you feel like you're doing pretty well in all these areas, but I think there's always something we can improve on. I saw your sign when I came in to continuous improvement. I thought that was awesome. So think of something you want to improve on, one of these areas, and maybe it's like, just eating, not like eating better, but I want to try a new vegetable every week. That's something you can measure. Let's try to make it specific. All right. Now I want you to write down the thing that's most keeping you from reaching that goal, or 2 things maybe that are hindering you, or you think that's making it hard for you to reach that goal. So what are some common reasons for not achieving our goals? What have you heard the most from other people, or even from you, maybe sharing about your time? Yeah.
Time and habit.
Yes. Not enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? Anything else that kind of sticks out?
Well, I wrote down I guess this plays into time and habit, but not being mindful of it. It's just like not something I think of when I get to work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you work and then you don't think about, I'm eating this from drinking this, or I'm exercising.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm here.
Absolutely. I've also heard no motivation, or I'm alone. It's hard to, feel like I want to do this. Or exercise is boring. Going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym. It's boring. I was there before I found Olympic lifting. And it got me into that. Schedule. Or I have aches and pain. I have injuries. But the truth is, like you were saying, if you're not thinking about it, then you're not going to do it. So schedule it in. Write it on your schedule. Make it part of what you do every day. If you're alone, find a buddy. Help them to, they'll get motivated with you, and it'll be so much more fun if you have somebody to do it with. If you think it's boring, then find something you enjoy. I saw your rock wall out here. It's so cool. Is that something you guys do as a staff, or just?
It's
actually give your best to it.
No.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
It looks awesome. You guys should
But,
totally have a staff rock climbing day.
Yeah. There's a few people that use it.
They do races. And stuff.
Okay, that's so cool.